Good morning, children. Once again, as you know that we are discussing the chapter transportation of materials in plants and animals. Alright. And in previous classes, we have explained about the transportation of materials in plants, and also we have started the topic transportation of materials in animals. Get it? And we discussed that the transportation of materials in animals occurs by different way in different kind of animals. Like in unicellular animals, especially it occurs by their what? Cell membrane or body surface. And some simple multicellular aquatic animals like hydra and jellyfish, the transportation of materials takes place with the help of water in which they are living. Alright. And now we have to explain, we have to discuss in detail about the transportation of material in humans. So yesterday I have discussed that in humans there is a system present in the body which is responsible for transportation of all the materials in body, and the name of that system is circulatory system. Okay, the circulatory system is a system which is present in our body by which the movement or transportation of different substances takes place in our body. Clear? Now, there are mainly three components or three parts of circulatory system is present in the body. Means by the three different components this circulatory system is made up of. And the first part is blood, which already we have discussed yesterday about the blood. Here, it is a fluid which have different kind of cells, okay, and it have a liquid part also which is known as plasma. The three different cells which is RBC, red blood cells, WBC, white blood cells, platelets and plasma, the liquid part plasma. Get it? So they all together makes the blood. Clear? We have discussed about it yesterday. Now today we will discuss about the second part, second component of the circulatory system, and that is blood vessels. Second component is blood vessels. Blood vessels are actually the thin tube-like structure present all over in our body. Get it? In which what is going to flow? Blood is going to flow. So such network of fine tubes, fine pipe-like structures in the body is known as together blood vessels. Clear? The blood vessels is of mainly three kinds. Alright. The first one is artery. Second one, vein. And the third one is capillaries. Clear? So three kind of blood vessels are found in our body: artery, veins and capillaries. Alright, children? Now, you must have to know the functions of these three kind of blood vessels and their properties, characteristics also. So, arteries are the vessels, blood vessels, which have thick wall. How they have the wall? Suppose this is the portion of artery. So the wall is thick. The wall of these vessels are thick as compared to veins and capillaries. Here, so this much is the thickness. Suppose this much is the thickness of arteries. one of the important property of artery, that is it have thick wall. Get it? Second property, second function is in arteries, the blood which is flowing is oxygenated blood. Which kind of blood? Oxygenated. Oxygenated blood means the blood which have oxygen. Okay, so remember that yesterday I have explained, when oxygen inhaled and goes to the lungs, there the hemoglobin of RBC combined chemically with it. Okay, and now they carry such blood. So the blood in which hemoglobin combined with oxygen is known as which kind of blood? Oxygenated blood. Get it? They are oxygenated in going to explain what? Oxygen rich blood. Oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood. Okay. So when the blood is going to come from the where? It's coming from the lungs to the heart, and from heart to rest of the body part. That blood is oxygenated blood, oxygen rich blood, and these all blood is going to travel, is going to move, circulate, transport in our body with a special kind of blood vessel, and the name of that blood vessel is artery. Alright children, the function of arteries. Arteries are thick walled and they carry oxygenated blood to all parts of our body from the heart. Get it? Now the second is veins. Veins are the blood vessels which also looks like the arteries, but it have thin wall. How they have the wall? Thin wall as compared to artery. This one is the veins which have thin wall, and the another property, as the arteries carry oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood, so just opposite to that, remember I have told that oxygen goes to our body cells where they utilize to produce energy, and just after that what happened? The carbon dioxide which produces at that time as a waste again get combined with hemoglobin. Okay, and it moves back to the heart and then lungs and then exhaled out. Clear? So such blood which is not oxygenated, which is carbon dioxide rich blood, so such kind of blood is known as what? Deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood, and deoxygenated blood means what? Carbon dioxide rich blood. So you can see that in veins, what is going to travel, what is going to transport? Deoxygenated blood. Clear? Understood? And deoxygenated blood is what? It is carbon dioxide rich blood. Get it? And from where the carbon dioxide gets produced? In our body cells, in our body tissues, body cells, when the process of production of energy occurs by utilizing oxygen and nutrients, so during that chemical reaction, carbon dioxide produced as a waste material. Carbon dioxide produced as a waste material. Okay, and as it is waste, so it is harmful for our body also. And if something is harmful for the body, so definitely it need to remove out. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, it can create a problem for our body. If the waste material will remain in the body for a long time, so what will happen? It will create a problem. Understood? So that is why it need to remove out. The waste materials need to remove out. And the carbon dioxide is also a kind of waste material which generated at the time of production of energy. Get it? So this carbon dioxide rich blood travel back from body tissues to the hearts, and from the heart it moves back to the lungs, and from there it exhaled. Clear? So such blood is known as deoxygenated. And who carries such blood? Which kind of blood vessels? Which kind of blood vessels carry it? Veins. Alright. Understood everyone? Now come to the third one. The third kind of vessels are the capillaries. Okay. Capillaries are very fine vessels, blood vessels. As the arteries and veins are somewhat thick, but capillaries are very fine, and they are actually present on those places where the arteries and veins are going to join together. There are joints in the body where arteries and veins meet together. Okay, so at the point of joints, a third kind of vessel is present, and that vessel is known as capillaries. Get it? So you can understand it well with the help of this diagram. Suppose this is the artery who is going to carry the blood. Okay. Now this artery will divide in many fine, thin blood vessels. Now, it's clear. The one artery is going to divide in many branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Okay, and they are very fine, thin. And again, these all capillaries, this one, these all capillaries get joined together and forms the vein. So this one is artery. These are capillaries, and this one is vein. Get it? Understood? How the three kind of blood vessels are present in our body. Arteries, it carry the oxygenated blood. Okay? When this oxygenated blood comes to the capillaries, as the capillaries are very thin and have very fine wall, very thin wall. Get it? It have very thin wall. So through that thin wall, the oxygen which is present in the blood gets what? Filtered out and goes to the body cells. Oxygen comes out from the blood from this thin wall, very thin wall, fine wall, and goes to the body tissue where they utilized to produce energy. And after the production of energy, the carbon dioxide which produced as a waste material they enter in the capillaries, because capillaries have the what? Very thin wall, very fine wall. So this movement of substance can take place only at the capillaries. It cannot take place at the arteries or the veins because they have thick wall. Get it? Whereas capillaries have very thin wall. So the materials can move out and move in. So oxygen moves out in the cells and carbon dioxide moves in the capillaries. Now this blood is which kind of blood? Carbon dioxide rich blood. Now, okay, so the nature of this blood vessel gets changed. It becomes vein. Earlier it was artery, but after that joining it becomes vein because it needs to carry deoxygenated blood. And here, which kind of blood gets transported? Oxygenated blood. Okay, so you can say that about half part of the capillaries are going to act as a artery and about half part is going to act as a vein. Understood now? Clear everyone? So these are the three kind of blood vessels and the function I also explained. They have thick wall, they have thin wall, artery divided in many fine blood vessels which are known as capillaries. The wall of the capillaries are very fine. So through that wall the oxygen and carbon dioxide can exchange, can move, and other important material like nutrients which are present in the blood can also move out. Okay, because they are required by the body tissue to produce energy. Okay, and after that whatever the waste material produced in the cells, in the body tissues, they enter in the blood and moves back to the heart, because this vein will come back where? It comes back to the heart. And this artery comes from where? It also coming from the heart. Get it? So after the blood vessel we will discuss in detail about the heart. But here you know that arteries are coming from the heart to carry oxygenated blood, and oxygen get utilized in body tissue to produce energy, and again the deoxygenated blood from the veins moves back into the heart. Clear? The three kind of blood vessels? Alright. Now, the same one is also explained here in your book, so you can go through your book also. Alright? This one is this one is the second part of circulatory system. Now come to the third part, which is very important out of the three parts, and that part is heart. Heart. First of all, some information related to the heart. Actually, the heart is a muscular organ which is made up from muscles only. Okay, and it is situated in the body where? In the center of our chest area, a little bit in the left, a little left. Okay, from the center, and its size is just about a what? Fist. This is the fist. So the size of the heart is just about this much. Clear? I'm talking about human beings, the heart of human beings. So we have the heart about of this size and situated just little left from the center of our chest. Clear? Inside the what? Which bones? In chest, which bone we have? In chest, we have the chest bones. which looks like the cage, rib bones, which is also known as rib bones. So it is situated in it. Okay, so rib bones is going to protect this muscular organ because it is very delicate, very soft, made up of muscles only. So something is required to protect them. So who is going to protect it? Our rib cage. The bones of rib cage protected. Understood now about the heart? Okay. The muscles by which our heart is made up of, very special kind of muscles because they have a lot of elasticity. That is why our heart continuously throughout our life is going to expand and contract, expand, contract, expand, contract to pump the blood. The main function of heart is pumping of blood. That you know very well. So how this pumping of the blood occurs by the heart? Because of expansion and contraction of the muscle of heart. Get it? The heart muscles continuously expand and contract, expand and contract. When the heart muscle expand, what happens? The blood comes into the heart, and when it contracts, the blood move out, pump out, okay, to the body parts. So this expansion and contraction continuously takes place throughout our whole life. So definitely the muscles which require for it have a lot of elasticity. Then it can work throughout the life. Is it not? So the heart muscles are very elastic. Okay? And work 24 hours, all the days, throughout whole life of our. Get it? Now, you must have to know that the structure of the heart and their functioning. Get it? So I'm going to draw here first the structure of heart, and you can also go through with the help of your book. It's given there on page number 135, and you must have to draw it also in your notebook, fair notebook. Yeah. structure of heart. Okay, it looks somewhat complex, but if you will practice 1-2 times, so you can easily draw it. So first of all, you must have to know about the 4 different chambers of the heart. As we are discussing about the heart of human beings. Whose heart? Human beings. So we have 4 chambers, 4 components, 4 compartments in our heart. Get it? And the name of these compartments are the above. Suppose if this is the midline. So above this 2 compartments and below this 2 compartments. So above both the compartments, this one and this one, is known as auricles. Get it? And below 2 compartments are known as ventricles. Get it? So mainly auricle and ventricle is there, but they are 2 in number. Get it? So we can use the name of these 2 auricles and 2 ventricles on the basis of the position, the direction. Left side auricle, left auricle. Right side auricle, right. Left side ventricle, left ventricle, and right side of ventricle is known as right ventricle. Get it? So total how many chambers? 4. Left auricle, right auricle. Left ventricle, right ventricle. Get it? Clear? How many chambers are there present in human heart? So your answer will be 4 chambers. What are the name of these chambers? 2 auricles, 2 ventricles. Okay, 2 auricles, left and right. 2 ventricles, left and right. Get it? So these all 4 ventricles and auricles play important role, okay, in the pumping of blood in our body. Alright, now come to that, the first one. This one is left auricle and this one is right auricle. Alright, just like that, this one is and this one is right ventricle. Clear? Everyone? And they all 4, just look at, with the help of this arrow, we can understand the movement of blood in the 4 chambers. This arrow indicates what? The blood is coming here. Where? In right auricle. So in the heart, the blood comes from what? Different body tissues. From different body tissues which are deoxygenated comes into which chamber? Right auricle. So from these 2 blood vessels, veins, deoxygenated blood is coming here. Just see the arrow. From this right auricle, this is going in right ventricle, and again from right ventricle it's going to move out and goes where? Goes to the lungs, because it need to remove the carbon dioxide, na? So these 2 arrows shows that the deoxygenated blood going into the lungs for the removal of carbon dioxide. Now come to this side. Left auricle, just see that. The arrow is going to indicate what? The blood is coming here. But this blood is coming not from the body cells. This blood is coming from lungs. Okay. And when the blood will come from the lungs, so that blood will be oxygen rich or carbon dioxide rich? Oxygen rich. So you can see that oxygen rich blood from the lungs is coming in left auricle. From the left auricle, it moves to the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle, you see that with this artery, it going Get it? So all the four chambers, all the four parts of the heart is going to play an important role for the transportation or movement of blood. Understood now? Clear? Alright. So I hope that you understood this diagram of heart. So please practice it 2-3 times in your rough copy at your home. You have to draw it in your fair notebook also, but you have to practice it also. Clear? Understood everyone? Thank you and have a nice day.